Nana here with Order of the Elders. Today our video will be covering crafting certification. How to get started on crafting writs is what we're going to do today. Once your character reaches level 6, you can start crafting. You're going to get better gear this way. In a lot of instances, definitely better food, provisions, and stuff like that. I'm going to start at the Vivic City Way Shrine. And like I said, once you hit level 6, the writ boards will become active and you can actually go to them and start the quest that will set you up so you can start crafting. This is just the base game, so the only thing I won't be able to craft is jewelry, but everything else will be covered. So we're just going to go over here to the writ board. You can see it's currently active, and this is going to be the equipment crafting writ, so it's going to be clothing, woodworking, and blacksmithing. Okay, you notice a prominent handbill on the requisition board. Lord Vivic gives greetings. Masters of the craft await you in Vivic City. We offer training for all new to their craft and certification for accomplished crafters free for all citizens. If you have been doing your deconstruction and some research and stuff like that, you can literally just be certified. It depends on how much you've done. I have not done enough, I'm sure, and that's okay. Read the fine print. Unskilled crafters will be certified after brief training. Skilled crafters will be certified immediately. The masters shall charge no fee for certification. Certification is mandatory to fulfill crafting writs. Interested parties should seek out Millenith for blacksmith, clothing, and woodworking certifications, or speak to Danel, Telleno for provisioner, enchanter, and alchemist certifications. So we'll just take the handbill. I'm just gonna run you through this because it's gonna go really quick. And they're all pretty much the same. The only thing you might have to do is, depending upon how far you are in the game, how much you've collected, you may have to go out and about and get some materials, but for the most part, if you've been collecting along the way, you should be okay. One more. Here. Let's see, Mages Guild. So we are going to talk to Danel.
You must be here to learn the craft, yes? Your alliance covers my considerable fees, allowing me to impart my knowledge at no cost to you. If you prove yourself, I'll certify you as competent to fulfill crafting writs.
Yes, I saw a notice. How do the crafting writs work?
Crafting writs are daily requests for crafted goods. You must be a certified crafter to fulfill them. Prove you know what you're doing, and I'll certify you.
All right, tell me exactly what you can certify.
I'm authorized to train and certify provisioners, alchemists, and enchanters. If this interests you, we should begin immediately.
I want to know more about the crafts you certify.
Certainly. Please specify.
What do provisioners make?
Food and drink. Anything that warms the belly, reinvigorating body and mind. If you choose to learn this art, I will impart the culinary knowledge I acquired over the course of decades.
What does an alchemist make?
Potions of all kinds. The subtle art of mixing reagents can produce rather unsubtle effects.
What can enchanters make?
Glyphs to empower weapons, armor, and jewelry with magical properties. I can teach you how to wreath your axe with flames, or give cloth robes the strength of iron.
All right, I've got it.
I suppose I should mention Millenith. She certifies blacksmiths, clothiers, and woodworkers, if you're into that sort of thing. But that's uncharitable of me. She's a true master of the material crafts.
And you can go speak to her, or you can just have him certify you right now, or just have him certify you. Okay, no, I want you to certify me. Well, let's see. I'm not sure where Millenith is. She's in the Fighters Guild just around the way.
Good.
But I'm going to just have him
We should
certify me.
begin while things are busy for neither of us.
Okay, complete
There
that.
is much more I can teach you. What else do you hope to learn from me?
Okay, tell me what about
A
provisioning?
provisioner condenses the essence of ingredients into food or drink. A true artist balances palate with nutrition. I can share this noble profession, but I can only certify one craft at a time. Understood?
Okay, I want to be certified as a provisioner.
Provisioning is a rewarding yet grueling profession. Gruel, you see. I am capable of levity, on occasion. First, you'll need a recipe and some ingredients. Then you shall roast a pig.
You'll certify me if I roast a pig?
Yes, I hope you don't think it beneath you. As bards learn lyrics before singing them, provisioners must work from recipes. A recipe specifies volume, proportion, and preparation time. Understanding these principles is key.
Very well. Where should I find a recipe?
I keep an old rival's recipe nearby. Go, find and memorize it. Return to me when you have done so.
Where else can I find recipes?
Provisioners are quite secretive, but all is fair in brews and stews. Some provisioners hide recipes in old drawers or shelves, thinking themselves clever. Better to memorize the recipe, then others cannot possibly learn your secrets.
Is there anywhere I can purchase recipes?
Should coin be of no issue to you, guilds often sell such items in their guild stores. You may also trade with an ally if they have any excess.
Okay, now the reason that the provisioning is the best to start with is he said he had a recipe nearby. That recipe is right there. Right behind you.
Fascinating application of the technique.
So we searched his trunk and now we have a recipe for roast pig. Gotta learn the recipe. Roast pig. Recipes learned. Go talk to Danel again.
Roast pig is an easy recipe to learn, but difficult to master.
I learned the recipe. What's next?
Provisioners are only as good as their ingredients. The fewer the better. Simplicity of pairing is key. Now, go find ingredients for roast pig. If my stocks are empty, you should find what you need in town.
Where else can I find ingredients?
Barrels, sacks of grain, kitchens, of course. It's food, it's simply around. Find what you need and take it.
Okay. Another reason that this is the best one to do right now. But should you want to go the other way first and don't want to train in provisioning, enchanting, or any of those, you can go over here. Millenith will be over here. And get the blacksmithing, woodworking, and clothing from her. Otherwise, he has nothing in his stores there. By the way, you do have to go to town. But that's okay, because it's literally by the crafting station. Which is why that's one of the best ones to start with. Especially if you're planning on doing all of them. If you want to do the jewelry crafting, you have to own Somerset, and you have to do it there. Training for jewelry is in Somerset. So, okay, as you can see, here's the cooking station, and here's the pork we need. Okay, now we've completed that, and now we have to go talk to him again. Now, the advantage is he has now moved down here, along with Millenith. There she is. So now if you're going to do all 6, you can do them all from right here. And there's a lot of running back and forth. This is why I choose Vivic City. because everything is right here. You don't have to go far unless you have to go out and hunt up materials. Then it'll take a little longer, but otherwise everything's right here.
Once you return with the ingredients, we'll determine whether you know how to combine them.
I'm ready to try. I have them right here.
I've always believed the hunt for ingredients is its own reward.
I had a successful hunt. What's my next step?
Now, the moment of truth. Go to a cooking pot with your ingredients and follow the recipe. Return to me with the results, so your worth as a cook may be judged.
Okay, the difference between cooking and brewing food versus beverage. Provisioning is one of the more important ones. How can it benefit me?
Quality food and drink boosts your energy, and a full belly lasts for quite some time. A provisioner's fare is much healthier than any old slop you find around. Why eat a bandit's grilled capon when you can make your own?
Okay. And it does last longer than if you picked up the food along the way. So now we're going to run over here and cook. Okay, select cook or brew. Yep, got it. Here's our roast pig recipe. And my roast pig is cooked. I do use an add-on for this. It's Master Recipe List. Makes crafting and looking for recipes much easier. That's all I can say about that. It just makes it easier. I also use, for my regular writs, I use Doug Blund's Lazy Writ Crafter. And then there'll be one for enchanting that's different, and I believe it's potion making. So, because they didn't cover them under Doug Blund's, but there are a couple that help with that. I'll get to them.
Bring me your culinary creation so I might inspect it. I'll determine whether or not you deserve certification.
It's right here, eat up.
Interesting scent. Do I detect a hint of Wamasu? No, that can't be right. Not how I do it, of course, but interesting enough to pass certification. You may now fulfill provisioning writs. Keep your pots warm and your ladle clean.
Okay, so from him you're going to get inspiration and cooking supplies. And we'll complete his
Your
quest.
command of the crafts is impressive, but not yet in totality. I am still capable of instructing.
Okay, now from him you can also learn the enchanting and the alchemy. You will go do that later. You can go do it whenever you want. Right now I'm going to do one from Millenith.
Let me know if you have some time. I can train and certify you in something else.
Let's see. I'd like to know about clothing.
If you convince me you know how to use a needle and thread, I'll certify you. However, you must commit. I can't certify two things at once.
I want to be certified as a clothier.
Show me you can craft a pair of homespun gloves. First, you'll collect some raw jute, then return here and refine it. Finally, you'll use refined jute to make the gloves.
You'll certify me if I craft homespun gloves?
Of course. It was the first trade I studied. I'm happy to certify anyone familiar with a clothing station. Now run forth and bring me a pile of raw jute.
Okay, and I already had the raw jute, so I already have enough. Otherwise, you'll have to go out and find it.
Take the raw jute to a clothing station. If you have enough, you can easily refine it. Bring the refined jute to me when you're done, and then you'll make some homespun gloves.
Actually, I already have some refined jute as well. What should I do next?
Head to the clothing station and craft a pair of homespun gloves. You shouldn't need much refined jute. Don't forget the style material. You can purchase them from any clothier or scavenge them yourself.
Okay, I'll go make the gloves then. Okay. The clothing station is here. And I am going to craft. Okay. If you have taken your raw jute and you refine it, you will get the jute that you need to work with. and we are going to create. We have refine, create, deconstruct, improve, research, and then this is for any patterns you may pick up along the way. Let's see, so we want to create a gloves jute. It uses 5 jute, and we need a style material. If you have style materials, you'll definitely want to use them. I'm going to use a crown mimic stone because I have a bunch and I don't really need them right now, and I'm going to make one. So, craft some gloves. I'm only doing this because it's slightly different from the other ones, from the enchanting and the provisioning. And we're going to go back over here and talk to Millenith.
Craft a pair of homespun gloves. You'll need refined jute and a style material. Clothiers sell those if you can't find any yourself.
I have the gloves right here.
You know, I'm a master clothier, yet I still own a pair of homespun gloves. They keep my hands warm at night. Sometimes simple is better.
Right. I'm ready for our next step.
Wonderful. Now for deconstruction. There's much to learn from breaking down your own work, even more so with someone else's creation. Head to a clothing station and deconstruct your gloves. Or anything else, really. Just be sure you do it there.
How is deconstruction useful to me?
You'll regain some components, of course, but the real trick is to deconstruct another crafter's work. You can learn far more by disassembling someone else's material than your own.
Okay, and what is deconstruction? It's essentially disassembling, what you've got. And you will do that for materials if you're going to be a crafter. So now we're here and we need to deconstruct our nice new homespun gloves. Okay, done. Got bone back, interesting.
You're more than capable with needle and thread. I'll be proud to call you my colleague.
I'm ready to be certified as a clothier.
Already done. You'll now be able to fulfill clothier crafting writs, and I look forward to seeing more of your work.
Okay, complete
Let
the
me know if
quest.
you have some time. I can train and certify you in something else.
Okay. So, now you know that you can easily get certified. It's the same for each of the 3 that you need to do with her and with Danel. They're pretty much all similar. So now here's your clothing station. This is why I use Vivic City. Here would be your blacksmith station. Here's your woodworking station. Over here is your cooking and provisioning. Here's your enchanting table. This is the jewelry station. Again, if you want to do that, you have to have Somerset and you have to go there to get certified. And here is your alchemy station. Now, I've just certified in one of each. So, I'll certify the rest later. I don't imagine you want to watch me do that. But now I can go back over to the writ board and pick up equipment crafting writs. I'll only be able to pick up one because I'm only certified in one right now. And that's part of Douglin's Lazy Writ Crafter. Let's see what we want to do. Crafting clothing. Craft homespun shoes, homespun hat, homespun sash. Douglin's takes care of all that. I can see right now it's red, and that's because I'm using Douglin's Lazy Writ Crafter. You just click on it, and it literally does all the work for you. Unless you don't have the materials, that you got to do on your own. And once you've done them all, and you can do each one, these are daily, you can do one of each of these daily. Once you've done each one, another reason I chose Vivic City is you can go down here and turning them in is all right here. There's clothing. This is, I believe, blacksmithing, woodworking. There's provisioning. This one's jewelry. You won't use it. We have enchanting, and the other one, now I can't think of it off the top of my head. But they're all right there. Makes it nice and easy, and I have done my very first writ. So that's pretty much all you need to do. Any questions or anything that you didn't understand? Oh, the other thing, while I'm running by it, here is the consumable crafting writ board. This covers your provisioning, your enchanting, and your potions, your alchemy. So you'll pick up those here. And I could have done that. You could have done that at the same time. That's provisioner's writ. Let's see. Okay, baked potato and rye beer. And I know I don't have those recipes. So, purchasing them is an option. Let's see. This guy does do this, but I don't think he sells. No, he doesn't. He does not probably sell the recipes, so I would have to go get recipes. The recipes for that are going to be here. You can purchase them from the chefs. So essentially you are here and you're just going to go over here and purchase them from the chef or the brewer, because I'll need one from the brewer too. So I'm not going to run through it all. You can do it, turn it in the same place. The only other thing I want to cover really quick here is if you are short on materials that you may need for your clothing or whatever, clothing, blacksmithing, woodworking, there will be somebody standing nearby who can actually help. This guy, Nervo,
Making your own clothing. There's nothing
is
quite
the store
like it.
for clothing.
Feeling of accomplishment, the attention.
So you just go to his store, and he has style materials. He's got signs, once you're a master. Containers. I'm not real sure what the containers are. Interesting. He also has patterns. So I believe that that's going to have some kind of armor in it, maybe for you to deconstruct. I don't know. I've never bought them, so. But that should be it. I hope this helps. Any questions, leave a message below, and I'll get back to you, and hopefully I can help. I want everybody to have a wonderful day. Bye now.